on this first.
Sure.
It's around hit points, taking damage. And so I know, my character and what I've allocated. And so I'm just trying to figure out, what does that really look like for me in terms of how much damage I can take?
Right. Okay. So what level, how many points do you have?
I have 14 total points.
Okay. So theoretically, you can take 42 hit points of damage.
Okay. So it is 3 times whatever slots are assigned.
3 times the totals. Okay. And so if you decide to use a make roll, that's going to be spent. And so you will, in essence, are trading 3 of your hit points potentially over the length of the game session in order to have one roll automatically successful.
Okay.
If you decide to click a box and say, I rolled a 10 for luck and I need an 11, I might as well just go +2 luck the rest of the session. That's another way where you're trading part of your life for, whatever that divine inspiration is. Or if I decide that I'm carrying a lot of gear, at first I'm carrying a lot of gear, but as I start to lose hit points, I might find, well, I can't carry that gear anymore. So it goes down on the ground or to another player.
Sure.
Does that make a little bit more sense?
It does. It does. And looking at the character sheet, I'm like, that's how I interpreted it the last game. I'm like, okay, I'm taking some damage here, but I'm okay in terms of if it's 3 times, then I'm sort of okay in the way that was working. So
the adventures that we've had in Winesot have not had multipliers on them for the damage tally. Those are coming as we start to spread across the city and get into higher level quests. And of course, our levels will be a lot higher. I'm a level, I have 21 total points that I can assign. I have 1 from a piece of gear I have, my floppy hat, and I have another 20 that I've earned. Right. So, Rusty, where are you? How many points do you have?
Let's see. I have 21 points.
21, so he's the same as me. So potentially we can lose, it's probably a third more hit points than you can. But you'll get there. And
I missed 2 sessions, but that's okay.
We can also resurrect, and it takes light magic rolls. And the light magic, whenever you succeed at light magic, you restore a hit point, and that hit point with resurrection can be put back into the dead man. And the problem with raising the dead is it also requires a restoration roll. And so not only are you putting a point possibly back into the dead man, you could be losing 3 yourself with a missed roll there.
Okay.
All right. So, the goal is not for me to be killing anyone in the game, but if you don't have that moment where you're making decisions and you wonder if you make it to the end, I just don't think the game is interesting enough. So you got to have the fear of death.
I tell my players that all the time. It's like, and when people ask me, how do you DM? It's like, do you kill people? Do you not? I'm like, you want everyone to survive, but you want them all to feel like they're in danger, certainly at certain points in mortal danger. But they don't necessarily have to die, but they have to believe it. So
it eliminates the dumb and the frivolous actions too. If the people
I'm not
don't
sure
focus,
it eliminates them,
I can understand.
Brad. I'm not sure it eliminates them.
Yeah, if the people are constantly touching things that are dangerous because they want to play, it's wanna-plays. I just don't think that should be rewarded. All right, Conrad may be in transit because I think he moved this last couple of weeks, but we'll find out if he shows up. If he doesn't, we'll miss some of his gear and actions, but we'll move on from there. Now, we just got through the labyrinth, and we just got Janice J's amulet. Now, that's on Conrad, but we'll say it was part of the party. We'll drag him along as a pseudo-NPC. And we're going to climb the wall. And when we climb the wall, we're going to try to use the amulet to keep these unbridled away. These are those guys that are partially made from trees and thorn bushes, resurrected dead, and they guard the black part of the map that's elevated. We are trying to get into Rain Edge, ostensibly because we now control the tar trade, but we need to get the tar into Rain Edge. So we're going to climb the wall and find out if Janice J's amulet is as advertised. It won't be. Is as advertised, and we'll keep the unbridled away. So we're all going to need to make a utility roll. And if we fail that utility roll, then we're going to each have to make a physical roll, which is the same as a weaponry roll, and in order to get ourselves over the wall. So might as well start with me. I got a good set of rope, so I should be able to cross an 11. And I miserably roll a 4, so I don't know how to stretch my rope. I'm probably afraid of the unbridled at the top. I think that we were happier in Winesaw. Why are we doing any of this? So I need to make a physical roll, which is my weaponry roll. It's an 11 still, but I'm going to have to roll until I fail. I mean, until I'm successful. Well, that 9 means if I click, I'll do that. I click on weaponry and get myself +2 and make that successful. But overall, I lost 2 points of damage, so I'm injured 2 points. And because I used a weaponry, that's a slot that I no longer have as hit points. And I move over to Rusty. Rusty, you need to make a utility roll. How do you get across the wall?
Well, let's see, utility roll. See, so I have a special cloth scarf, my utility, which is a poor, but it works very well to enable my hands to further grip. You know, it holds some resin and it further grips my climbing up the wall.
Okay, make that roll.
At least that's what I hope it does.
There you go.
Wow. It does.
And your explanation sold it to me. And John, pick a utility item and
I have my sturdy leather gloves. My sturdy, good utility, and they allow me to get a better grip on the wall and find the slots and pull myself up.
Give me a roll.
I will try. No.
Okay, so you'll take a point of damage for that, and now you're going to be rolling your weaponry, which is, I think you have the spear to level yourself. And so roll until you get an 11 or better. Or
actually, we've failed 2 utility rolls.
Ah, that's true. The durability is -2.
And we made one. So we're at
and we made one. -1. Thank you, Rusty. I should almost make you keep track of that for us. John has missed
twice.
Twice. Ugh, ick.
Yeah.
Well,
so
John,
2 damage.
On the weaponry, you've missed 1. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. It's only 1 damage because
and I miss again.
Oh, this is the weaponry he's rolling.
Are you rolling a 20-sided die?
I am. It says rolling 1d20. I'm just saying.
Just checking.
4, 2, and 4. Those are pretty low rolls.
And a 1. No, I could beat that. Evidently. Okay. Is there a way out of this trap? Oh, so I've taken 4 and a 2.
5 points of damage you're taking.
Holy smokes!
You're rolling like me.
And a
6. You can always throw a make roll in there, but you would hope that on an 11 you can make it in the next 3 rolls.
Yes. 5.
That's 7.
Okay. Is the algorithm broken?
That's I ask all the time. That's all you have to do is question the code, and then the code will respond.
Oh,
I think I counted 7 points of damage there, John.
I have to scroll up. Yes.
Yeah, well, you didn't just scroll up. You tended to scrape yourself on every sharp rock there was on that rock.
I did. My sturdy gloves were focused on.
You might have passed out from the height, and we dragged you up, bouncing you off the side.
Should have never used Red's rope.
Yeah, my worthless rope.
7 points of damage. Okay.
And Greg,
I'm gonna, I'd help you with the rope with.
I hate to say this, but he needs to roll the 2 durabilities.
Oh, we will afterward, Rusty. Thank you.
Okay, afterwards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I help out Red out with the rope by with my mallet and stakes.
Sure.
To
Those anchor
just
points, we
pound
could
a
use those
stake in
earlier.
every now and then. And let's roll d20. 9. Oh, and just let me double check. I'm pretty sure that's not even close because that's a poor.
That's a poor. You need a 15, a +2 if you decide to check a pip.
Let me just yes, poor utility. So nope, I failed that. And then I will do weapons. Let me
Make it easily on the first
that.
roll.
Okay.
Okay, so you made. Now let's play some catch up here. I use both my spear and my rope. Those are 2 good rolls. I would need 9 or better on each of them, although I'm now +2 on the weaponry. And I will go ahead and just roll for the rope, and I made it, and I will roll for my weaponry, and I made it. So my durability is good on my rope and my my spear. And John, would you please roll for your gloves and for your spear?
Okay.
And you can always make roll these if you wish. Conrad's very fond of that.
Might want to make roll on the good items. That's
Yeah. Well, I
we
mean,
don't do it on the.
I think they're
poors.
both good.
they're
Rusty.
both good items. The glove is a double item, so.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
You're only testing the one aspect of it. In fact, items can lose certain aspects of them. You lose faith in them. But go ahead.
You know, I like my gloves. I'm going to use a make roll on the gloves.
Okay.
So that's 3 more damage.
Yeah. In
Good one,
essence,
yeah.
that's your
You have
total
to keep
points in essence
you
are
have to
dropped
keep
down.
separate totals because you can never repair that type of 3 damage.
Oh,
Make
you
roll.
can never repair that? Okay.
You get it back at the next time.
End of the session. Next time we play.
So and so I'm resetting things like so the pips get reset and the durability tests get reset, right?
That is correct.
At each session, yes.
Okay. So does that count if I use a make roll? So that's a durability test on utility that.
Well, it doesn't
does that
change
work?
it doesn't change the overall modifier that we're all rolling against, -1 for utility. Those are only on utility rolls. This is a durability check, and you only have to test the durability of each object that you fail with once.
Okay.
So you failed with your spear, you failed with your gloves. So you have to decide, you have to find out whether or not those good items actually in your hands now are poor items. You can
Gotcha.
pay to get them repaired, but if a poor item fails durability, it's discarded.
It's gone. Right.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unfortunately, it's actually -2 because 3 utilities failed. Once.
Greg also failed, -2. Thank you, Rusty.
I hate that.
On the utility or the weaponry?
Well, this would be for -2 durability.
Oh, durability.
So,
okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So we need to roll the durability for your gloves and for your spear. If you wish to use
I did a
2
make roll.
rolls,
I used. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say I had a rough time climbing the wall, and I'm going to use 2 make rolls.
Okay, you can.
I know. I'm going.
You could dice that 18 and 16 like I did, John.
No.
And Greg, you failed with utility. That would be your
So
spikes.
that was the
Mallet.
poor mallet and spikes. So let's see what I just roll.
It's
11.
only 4. -2 is a 6. I think you made it.
Yeah.
And that item has been tested. Durability is easy to test on poor items. It's harder to test on good. And so we move on. We got to the top of the wall here. And when we get to the top of the wall here, immediately we're confronted by one of the unbridled. Now, as we hold out Janice J's amulet, the thing starts to hiss at us and sort of shy away in fear. And as we startle it, we get it to fall, actually, head over heels, back into Winesaught. So that actually seemed to work. But a falling of the creature seems to have attracted other creatures to us. And as we wave the amulet around, we realize that it's not going to prevent these things from overwhelming us. So it's probably a means of getting across the wall with danger, but it's not a free test to get past the obstacle. We'll have to find another way to defeat the unbridled if they become an obstacle later on, and they certainly will by the time we finish this campaign. So what everyone needs to roll a restoration roll, and you have to make the restoration roll until you're successful this time, and each fail is -3. I leave it to you whether you want to use a. Now my restoration, I have good restoration, so I need an 11. I'll roll 2 die. I'll roll my die. I missed. I took 3. I'll try it again. Missed. I took 6. I missed again. So I took 9 points of damage. That's a total of 11 points of damage I've taken so far. And and I'll have to test durability on my poultice, but I made it. And I go over to Rusty. Rusty, you'll have to make a restoration roll.
Yeah, that's really sad. Okay.
What is your restoration? Forgive me, I should have said I was using my mustard more to not spreading on my wounds, but to throw it in their eyes.
Same as Greg. So cat's eye gem.
Cat's eye gem.
Right.
What does it reveal to you? What limitation does it reveal to you on the unbridled? Make something up.
It reveals that they have a lot of thorns.
Are they ambidextrous? Can they use that scythe they carry in 2 hands, or is it just the one? So left side weak.
Did I make it, or is this some sort of minus on this?
No minus on this. 11 is a success.
Wow. Okay.
And over to John. What is your restoration item, John?
Oh, it's my suspect ointment. So I slather it on.
There you go. Hopefully it keeps those thorns off you.
Hopefully it keeps the thorns away. Yes. And
this might be a good, if that's only a poor, this might be a good time to use another make roll because it's 3 points of damage.
If I fail?
Yeah.
If you fail.
Restoration is 3 points.
How many make rolls do I have? As many?
You have as many as you have slots for. So theoretically, you have 14 make rolls, but then that doesn't leave you any hit points to survive in the game.
No, then you die from rolls.
It's likely you're going to take 2 or 3. You're going to take 9 points of damage.
Yeah, because my success is 15 plus, right?
Success is 15 plus. You can always throw a pip into it if you get 13 plus, but
13
no,
plus,
it's tough.
Still 3 times.
You can either play the odds that you have, like I did, that I have made the rolls and I have missed the rolls, so I'll just take the damage as it comes, but I'm playing as a half referee here, and if my character dies, it's just a life lesson for you all. I'll just roll a new one.
I'm going to do a make roll.
I don't love the guy that much, Mr. Bucket.
I am going to do a make roll for this one.
Okay. And
it's a shame, but I mean, that's look at the probabilities here.
Sometimes the game and its difficulties are measured in make rolls. Greg.
All right. I have a cat's eye gem, which let's try rolling it. This is roll to still succeed, right?
Correct.
All right.
Get your 11 up front here. You can do it.
All right. Boom. 18.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, there you go.
They apparently allows me to see the. Oh, that would be just scary, actually, to see their true form. It allows me to.
What weakness did you notice in them? Are they slow? Do they have club feet? Are they blind from all sides but directly in front? Just make something up.
They're more heavily armored from the front, so they're vulnerable to crippling attacks from the back.
Okay. That goes into the lore. And so, Rusty, this is probably the first big decision we're going to make for today. Now, that restoration allows us to escape. We can escape back into Winesot, but we really didn't prove anything. We would just go on to other quests. Or we can escape into Rain Edge and try to see if we can get through Doe Gate and complete the quest. Going into Rain Edge, you have potential of picking up an XP. Going back into Winesot, we're just, starting some other activity for the day. What do we do? Do we head into Rain Edge, or do we head into back to Winesot?
I don't see Rain Edge on the map.
It's if you go to the City State map,
Yeah.
it's the
The
second.
Dogate.
It's the one with the guild block.
Oh, there it is. I
Nuns
see it
Rest.
now. So,
Mhm.
so
Yep.
we're just going into another part of the enclosed city. Okay.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
We'll go into rain entry.
All right. Now, when you approach Doe Gate, there's this
Anybody
line.
disagree with that?
No, I'm thoroughly in favor of it. Sounds fun.
Okay. All right.
If-
I have more make rolls left. I'm good.
we can always, pack up his gear
Severely
and
walking wounded.
make him limp him along with single hit points. As we approach the gate, Doe Gate, we notice that there's this line, this chalk, this salt rim that that goes in like a semicircle arc, and it's well drawn. Somebody must have used a string and etched it out. And there's like a demarcation, and the people in Rain Edge, they don't step across the line and approach Doe Gate. So imagine the gate itself. It hasn't been open in a long time, and there's this semicircle in the ground around it that almost marks "Don't go in this area." I don't know. Is it a landmine? That'd be a little bit out of genre. But so this will go over to John. John, what do? Do you cross it, or do you go and explore some of the areas in Rain Edge first? We don't really have real business here yet.
Let's explore some more of Rainage.
Okay. So where would you like to head? And it'll generate a die for random events.
Okay.
The three places we can go back to the Bastille and see if there's another entrance on its side, or we can go to the Guild Block, the Nuns Rest, or the Market Square.
Let's go to the Nuns Rest.
Okay, we go to the Nuns Rest. All right, give me a D4, John.
I'm feeling a little, a 3.
3. Okay. Let me move the deck down to a place where we can flip cards. And now you'll
that
notice
was higher than a significant portion of your D20 rolls, John.
It was. Sadly, I was not. I was not very perfect as well. I've taken a total of 11 points of damage so far, and we're barely in the first half an hour. All right, so it's a maze. We're going to reward gear, and it's going to be an 8 of hearts. See if I can get to my notepad. Suddenly went blank. See if I can open it up again.
That was very lucky.
What was very lucky? The 3?
Getting a maze and an 8 of hearts.
Yes.
You're not your typical jack of spades and something -4 on the rolls. So, yeah.
That's sometimes. Now, the heart means that we don't have anything extra. An 8 means that somebody needs to make a weaponry or utility, any one of the group, to get us out of the maze. And, John, with that card flip, you're going to pick up a random item. So give me percentile dice.
37.
37. Seems like I've heard that before.
It was 33, I think.
33 is the big one we keep getting. No, it's which one is the cat's eye gem that we have 2 of? Very rare. And Rusty doubled up his wineskins. John, you find a hand axe. It's poor weaponry, but it's good utility. God, that's the second good utility you have, but it's always nice to have multiples.
It is. Okay.
And you've already checked on your good utility, so I think you might want to do the roll.
And for the action, we need a weaponry or a utility. John, as Rusty is saying, you've already checked the durability on your gloves.
Right.
So how do you get us out of the maze?
You've got a lot of damage, right? Let's see. How about if Greg does? Greg,
I got good utility, and my rope's been tested as well, Rusty. But this is up to John, Rusty.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would do red because you've taken a lot of damage. Or
yeah, I would. I'm feeling it. I've taken 16, So
Yeah, definitely delegate.
Possibly.
So I'm going to
Greg.
delegate that. Who wants to go first?
It's I have a good utility item. Greg, do you have a good utility item?
I do. I haven't tested it yet, but yes.
And Rusty, do you have a good utility item?
No.
No. Okay, so Rusty is probably not the logical choice. You're just asking for trouble there. But the roll only needs to be made once, so at most you're going to generate a single hit point of damage from it, John. So
Yeah, but the durability will go down one. So we want somebody who can actually make the roll or have
that's
a good
true too.
chance to make the roll.
Yep. Rusty's thinking strategically.
Rusty,
should
why
have
don't
put
you
that
go? Rusty, you can go.
Well, Rusty's got the poor item.
Oh, he's got the poor item. Well,
Would you
I-
like
I-
that?
that's a
Greg
good
or myself?
reason. Okay. So Red, go ahead.
Okay. Well, obviously, if we're in a maze, we don't get anyone lost. We're gonna have to rope each other. We're gonna, make sure you hold on. Hold on to the tow line here. And I need an 11, and I made an 11.
11.
So the utility rolls durability is only -1 now on the dice, and I don't test
Very good.
anything I successfully make a roll with. So we got out of the maze, and we have 2 more cards before we reach Nun's Rest. Why would they put a maze in the middle of that market? Well, it's probably just a bunch of cul-de-sacs people live in. Ha! Here's a tunnel we can take. Boy, are we dumb. Let's just go randomly into the sewers now and prove her from Reinslot. Second heart in a row. We love that. And this would be for Greg's. Weaponry or luck, anyone in the group, and rewards a stop harm. Let me grab one from the bottom of the map.
Weaponry or luck, anyone in the group. And stop harm is awesome. I could roll weaponry. I have the hit points and a good weapon, so I'll use my spider leg spear.
We might have a good luck in the group that only has to roll once, but or I should say only rolls once as long as the person is successful. Otherwise, it can move around the group.
Yeah, weaponry is one that's successful also, and
okay,
not
roll until success.
Yeah. No. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3. So I've taken 2 points of damage.
Have you already tested your weapon yet for durability?
No, that's the spider leg spear. Hold on a second. Let me mark the 2 points of damage. And
you need a 10.
10, huh? Okay. 16. All right.
16 is successful. You've tested your spear for the rest, and you have taken us down the short cut tunnel to the nuns area. And probably, what did we see in the sewers there? It's probably a little bit more than just spiders and rats. There's something else that was eating. Is it a crocodile? What do we find in the sewers of Rain Edge?
Oh, that's good. Rain Edge, yeah. An alligator that's been growing down there for quite some time now.
All right. Well,
Red, can you post what the stop harm is good for?
I will. Stop harm voids all damage taken and stops all gear decline in an event. Lets an event pass harmlessly without consequences, but also no gain.
Okay, we'll save it. We'll save it for a little while. Hopefully, put it on.
And
one
it won't
of those,
shuffle. Last
one of those,
card flip before we get to the Nun's Rest.
Picture cards. One of the Queen, Kings, Jacks. So
something strange and familiar.
Uh-oh. -4 tests, huh? Okay, 2 of diamonds. That means we got to roll to see who has to do it.
We do.
I'll test at -4.
All right, now these have changed a little bit because we're in Rain Edge. So it is a luck or dark magic, a single person random, and in the Chancellery, this is also a sub-boss. So no sub-boss because we're not in the Chancellery, but the tests are -4. So something strange and familiar. And this was flipped by Rusty. Rusty is the one that's going to be in charge of it.
I rolled a -5. I mean a 5. Get the low number here, folks.
Oh, single random. That's right. How about a 12?
That means it's still rusty. Still
How
rusty.
about a
Okay,
7?
it's rusty.
Rusty, give me an idea of what you see that is strange, but also unfamiliar to you. What did you encounter on your way to Nun's Rest? And it's can have sort of a steampunk feel to it. So some sort of machine.
Well, I'm seeing a wagon with square wheels.
Wow, that is just inefficient. So it must have some sort of
very inefficient,
levitation.
and something's gone wrong.
Okay, so it's a design somebody's testing, and where everyone is laughing at it. 2 of diamonds. You're going to need a luck or a dark magic to fix this wagon, Rusty. You can make it levitate with dark magic. With luck, you're just avoiding the fact that you're humiliating the guy by laughing at him, and he doesn't take it out on you.
Right. So I'm going to use my my fur top hat, which is a 4 luck.
Okay.
And the let's see, and I'm going to distract him by trying to pull a rabbit out of it. Okay, let's do it. Let's see. Oh my gosh!
No, he is a street magician, so he distracts people from the strange cart that doesn't seem to function. It's more like a table than a cart, and the guy's trying to transport his wares. Let's say it's pottery, and as he rotates the wheels on his cart, he's breaking his own pottery. But you have major roll, and you have distracted the crowd over to you. We reach Nun's Rest.
Well, it's -4.
Yeah, this is a poor item. Is that correct?
That's right. So I have to put a point into luck.
You'd either have to add the pips or suffer the point of damage.
Yeah, that's toughy. Because
And
all my luck rolls.
And you keep up
all
your
my luck rolls as per
all your luck rolls seem to fail.
I will put the pip into luck.
Okay. As we move to the Nun's Rest, it's not really the most frequented place in Rain Edge, which tends to be the activity which runs between the market and the guild block. Were you looking for like a blessing, John, or healing? What do you think?
I was looking for
Give me 2d4 rolls, and you want to roll high on both of them.
2d4. Okay.
Yeah, 2d4s. Could be
1 and a 3.
1 and a 3. They'll the nuns will heal 3 points of your damage.
Okay.
1 times 3. And
so
they also
4
say
times
that
4 would have been all of it then.
16, yeah, 4 times 4. Very rare though. More 2 by 2 is more the norm. 2 by 3 would be good though. All right, so we have the nuns, and they're questioning you. We can't actually get over to see the head of their order. They're not going to allow it. They think that we are much out of place. The unwashed of wine sot suddenly in the Rain Edge, and someone, a sterner nun, is asking what our purpose is for being here. Who is our master? You know, who is the person who's tasked us? And Rusty, I'm afraid you're on the spot for this because the die is still on you. Or did you do the last card? You did the last card, and then it falls over to John perfectly. John, what do you tell the nuns? What are we doing here?
We have come for succor because we have been treated poorly by the city over time.
No, that's just going to get you slapped and beaten. You're beggars. You came all the way from Winesot to be beggars when Winesot provides all you need. The fruit trees there provide ample food, and you can sate your vices on all of the things that rot and ferment. It's it was
we
a
have
perfect
a higher
place.
purpose than that. We have a higher purpose than that.
Well, these are not
Which
Christian nuns by any. Their order is more of an order of discipline, and so they say that you can if you clean the streets in front of their priory, they will not turn us over to legions for stricter punishment for being out of the zone. And if you want to be in here, one of them mentions that you really need a charter in order to trade. And so you can take that little bit of wisdom. But how do we clean the streets, John? You can pick dark magic, light magic, luck. Light magic, if we make light magic rolls, we could restore hit points back or lose hit points.
That's true.
I will go around the table, and John, you can pick any of your objects and then focus your narrative on that. How do you clean the street?
How do I clean the street? I will. How do I clean the street?
Well, you have a shovel. I'm sure you can clean up the horse manure.
I do. My rusty garden spade.
Right. You also have an ointment that is very good at removing stains, I hear, from the last time we dealt with a.
It is, but I am going to use my rusty garden spade to move detritus out of the gutters and put them somewhere else.
Sure. It's a very, very damp place, Rain Edge. It's constantly there's the best day is a misty one. The worst days, it's almost like a deluge coming down into it. So you're going to clean the drains out. It sounds like an effective way of doing something with the utility roll. Give me a roll of a 15.
Give you a roll of a 15. Okay. 20.
Okay. So it's too bad we didn't do that within a card flip, and this was an extra thing. But it did put us at +0 on our durability modifier. And John, they are impressed at how well you are cleaning the drains. I go over to Greg. Greg, what are you going to do to clean the streets around the priory?
Because I never use it anyway, and I don't want it. I'm going to get my steel mirror and command the spirit trapped within to clean the streets.
Now that's dark magic. Are you going to use? You're going to use dark magic this early? If you fail the roll, you lose your dark magic for the rest of the session.
I'll fail the roll. I never use dark magic.
Okay, go ahead.
So, yep, I just roll. I'm assuming I'm failing it.
15.
And it doesn't work so well.
Okay, so make your durability roll of a 4 or better.
I also take a point of damage, right?
Yes, you also take a point of damage, correct.
Yes. Okay, and then
lost your dark magic.
Yeah, that just never goes away. But
yes. You have the mirror. Well, you can always sell it, a dark mirror. Man, you could trade that for 4 items of poor utility instead, if you wished.
It's
and
just
really
I
out.
have 2 of them. I have 2 of them. One of them is a half-size slot and adds +1 to dark magic rolls. Ooh, so I actually rolled an 11, but I needed a 15?
Yeah, you needed a 15. All right, it comes over to me, and let's see what I have. Oh, well, I am Mr. Bucket, and I have a bucket. If you can't clean with a good old-fashioned rusty bucket, hey, my bucket's not even rusty, although it is. And I need a 15. I failed. Your durability is going to be -1 on utility, and I'll roll for my bucket. I'm going to need a 4. -1 is a 5. My bucket is still good, but I just can't clean worth a damn. So I probably took a beating and took a point of damage. I'm down to -12. And we go over to Rusty to end this up. Rusty, we got street cleaning duty to do before they send us packing on our way. Are you muted or thinking? Did we see something where he had to step away for a moment?
Use my fur top hat.
Again.
And I'm going to push the dust off of the banister of the stairs going up into the.
You got a fur top hat, and you're going to use it as a duster. Sounds good.
I am. Okay.
And what does it have? It's luck, right?
It's got luck.
Yeah, you're more entertaining the nuns with silliness. if the headmistress sees that, she could give you a wallop. Go ahead.
And I failed, which is very typical for Rusty on the luck.
Yeah,
And
take your morale roll. Tuck your luck morale. They sort of cower you into doing things correctly. They give you a
I didn't get rid of it. So
you already tested that once before, though, I thought, right?
no, I made the roll.
Oh, that's no, but that's it. If you make the roll or miss the roll when you test durability, you're fine. It's not you roll until you fail.
I made the roll for
before?
the luck. I didn't have to test
because you added the pips.
Because I added the 2 pips.
Now I know. Okay, and you've kept your hat.
I've kept my hat.
We sort of, I'm going to move the big die off of John over to Greg. We sort of snuck away from Nun's Rest. Now with Greg, we know that we're sort of don't have permission to be in here, and it can only get worse. Do we want to move back to Doughgate? I'll let you to move back to Doughgate without any flips of the cards. Or you can explore the Guild Block and Market Square, or try to get to the other side of the Bastille to see if there's an entrance, a tunnel, or a throughway through the Bastille into Winesot.
Well, if we need so if we need a charter of some sort, it seems like the Guild Block might be the place to go. We want to trade tar. We want to get a charter to trade tar or bring tar into the Rain Edge.
Yes, eventually, sure. Mm-hmm.
So it seems like Guild Block, but I don't know if we have an in with Guild Block or any reason why they would grant us one. I probably have no idea because I'm a street rat. Who grants charters in this city?
Right. Yes. No. I think you could probably try to make a luck roll and get a hunch from it, but even then, it would be a vague thing. Do you want to try to make a luck roll?
Yeah, let's try to
Go ahead and make a luck roll.
I do have
what do you
my
use your luck?
lucky. What is
lucky?
Lucky
4-leaf clover.
Oh, my lucky 4-leaf clover is very lucky. What did I roll? A 10.
You rolled
but
10.
I have I'm definitely going to put +2 into that.
You have a good 4-leaf clover. You're saying for
luck.
It's
good 4-leaf clover.
Oh, so terrific. Okay, so you've made your roll, and the good 4-leaf clover says that return to Doughgate.
Okay,
and you're already thinking ahead at the possible next mission of setting up the tar trade. But right now, I think we're still trying to end the last mission. Before I forget, everyone take an XP because Rusty put us down in the bad place.
What?
He dropped us into Rain Edge, where the
because I dropped the cowering back in Winesot. We went to Rain Edge,
and we go to Doughgate, and again the situation is it looks like none of the townsfolk from Rain Edge get anywhere near Doughgate. And Greg, what do you think? You think it's a time to take a leap of faith and step in beyond the perimeter of the salt rim or the sand? Or
take a leap of faith, I think it's probably a good idea to just ask a random passerby, why does nobody go near the gate?
Well, if you ask a passerby going by, they'll probably brush you off thinking that you're a beggar, although you can try that. I would think it would be a luck roll, whether or not anyone would run and respond to you, or light magic. Either one would probably have to be rolled in order to get an honest answer from anyone passing by. People are sort of wary that we're going to be robbers.
Okay, well then, before a leap of faith,
typically on a circle like this, if it's like standard magic, you create a circle to entrap something in the circle of salt.
Yeah, so some sort of circle
when you break protection against. So if you break the salt circle, you release whatever is trapped in the circle.
Right, which generally people that do that do it for a good reason, right?
They
generally do it, but they could
be
evil people doing it for a nefarious reason.
That's true.
In other words, it might be a good spirit.
No, this is all. It's all. You're asking either to make a light magic or a luck roll. It sounds like, or
You
you're going to
guys
just
are familiar with the
step
concept of
across.
Chesterfield's fence, right? Before you tear down a fence, you should at least find out what the fence is there for.
Well, that probably is a wonderful bit of reason. Is it beyond our capacity?
That's
I appreciate your hesitance. Why don't you walk up there and push me into it? Or, as you said, why don't you just make a light magic or a luck roll and get a passersby to tell you what why that mark is there? You could also, for instance, do dark magic, although you've lost the dark magic.
Yeah, I've lost the dark
and
magic.
try to sense whether or not there is some sort of evil trapped within.
Can anybody like our mystical wizard Rusty? Can you use dark magic to do something like that? My other thought was I could try to like find a child's ball.
I think it would be better to make the light magic or the luck. Luck is the cheapest thing to do. Light magic, mine's only poor. Who has a good light magic?
I think we have Greg with good light magic.
No, I don't have good light magic. You guys have always been calling me holy from the beginning. I found this cleric's mace. I've got it off somebody's body.
You look like you're holy to us. Mine is tinsel, Rusty. It's only half slot, but it's poor light magic. So it's a roll of a 15 for me to do.
I have good
light
luck.
magic.
I could use my dragon tooth.
Yep, he could do good luck instead, Rusty.
Have a hunch about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not my decision. It's Greg's decision. But I would say that you're better off doing a luck than you are a light magic because
I agree.
Breaks a luck piece. A poor luck piece is only cost you 1 silver. Whereas a poor light magic or even a good light magic are very expensive. Like a poor light magic is 7. So
yeah, John, do you mind making the luck roll this time? Maybe you have a hunch. Maybe your dragon tooth.
I will. Like my dragon tooth says, I think we can figure out what this is. So
or it's luck / morale. Perhaps it's gives you the courage to just step past the line.
19.
Or ask somebody.
There you go.
Great roll. Yeah. So when you talk to one of the passersby, they say that I don't know. No, they say that there's a tradition of not entering that area, but he believes that his grandfather told him that they don't want to open Doe Gate.
Okay.
Yeah, but
something specific with the gate
wine
itself.
shop, we like going through. We would like to open Doe Gate. So,
you don't tell that to the passerby.
No, of course not.
So what's the next thing that the party does?
I think we should be bold and walk up and bang on the gate.
All right. So when you step across, John, there's this, tremendous squeal and creaking of the hinges of the gate. It has almost like a motion eye that if you approach it, it will open the gates from this side and allow you to pass into Winesaught.
Okay.
Now the question is,
it's a one-way gate, though.
The chalk is to remind the people of Rain Edge not to open the gate.
Okay, so the question is,
the gate
when we back up, do the gates close again? Is this a one-way thing?
How would you test that?
Well, I back up. Everybody get back behind the chalk line. Does it close again?
Oh, okay, sure, yes, and the gates then close.
Okay, so this is like it's a one-way get back to Winesaught for free, but then we still have to climb the wall again to try to get back, which apparently, as John can attest, can be dangerous.
Yeah, climbing the ropes to the top of the wall, even with the amulet, is not the best of approaches. Now, you probably can figure this out, or there's probably another solution to it. Doe Gate may not be the way to move tar, or Doe Gate may be the way to move tar. Let's just take a brief moment, and if you go into the third tab for the handouts and click on the Rumors of Winesaught, it'll open up, and I'm going to show it to the players. And
are we sure? I don't see it.
Yeah, there's no rumors in the third tab.
Do I have to share that with all? Let me take a look and see how I do that. Show to all players. Ah, there you go. Show to all players.
Yes, still not there.
I'm
You have
looking.
to somehow refresh or. Oh, there it goes. I opened
here.
and closed the handouts, so now it's got vendor
It's
prices.
a bunch of pop-ups. Sorry,
Rumors, wine
Rumors
slot.
shared
There
from the
you go.
beginning. All right, so let me close the prices and go back to the rumors of wine sought. So these are all the rumors that we've heard on the other side of wine sought. And Indigo Mind Flayers are one of two magical factions vying for the Overlord's attention. That doesn't sound like it's that interesting. The Hydrologer says, I will be happier when it rains. Well, it's raining in Rain Edge. Hasn't stopped sprinkling in Rain Edge since the mishap. Those are all probably three rumors that don't have any applicability to this. Now, I'm closing the rumors. I just, at your leisure, you can look at those and see if there's a solution. But I would say, John, if you all go back as a party, there are adventures to be done that start in Wine Sought. If you stay in Rain Edge too long, you're just going to end up imprisoned.
Yeah, I think we need to go to Wine Sought.
And you could possibly leave someone behind, like my character, but the chance that they're going to be able to hide and survive in Rain Edge until we arrange the next mission or wait for the barrels of tar, that would take much coordination for simpletons like us.
No, let's be bold and we go through the gate and show the local people that you can go to Wine Sought through the Dough Gate.
And they have no interest in going to Wine Sought.
What? Come on.
I mean, there may be a few
like Willy Wonka
that would think it would be a novelty, and they, one of them will say, my brother went into Wine Sought, he never came back. They're cannibals. And another one would say, but all the people there are sterile. And another one would say, no, they're all filthy. Don't let them come in. If we teach them how to come in and come to us, they'll take all our shiny things. So they sound as idiotic as the people of Wine Sought, living in their squalor.
I'm just
question. All those things may be true, actually. I'm just
people going in. So I'm going to stay on the other side in Rain Edge while everybody goes through the Dough Gate. And then I'm going to let the gate close, and I'm going to open it up again by stepping back into the circle.
Sure.
And see if everybody can walk back through the Dough Gate.
They most certainly can.
Okay, so let's just leave Conrad on the other side. He can hide.
He's going to be captured eventually, Rusty, and then we're either going to have to rescue him or replace him.
That would be a shame. Well, Conrad, because of the risk of being
let's
captured,
take
why don't you give
Conrad's
us all
equipment
your
and then
stuff?
leave Conrad on the other side.
Yeah. I would like to see you take all of Conrad's stuff. He's got some pretty good stuff.
He's going to volunteer to give it to me because he's nice. He's charitable.
Yes. All right, so we're all back in Wine Sought. Is that agreed? Have we played with the gate long enough?
Yes.
All
right. So back over here, the rumors and the quests that are outstanding are at the Survivors Monastery. John C. would like us to end the fire cult. Now, more frequently than ever, you see this symbol right next to the map, the symbol of the fire cult, is starting to get painted on buildings. And within a week of the symbol being painted on the buildings are being burned down by the fire cult. And it's almost a daily activity, especially at the Owl and the Hawk Inn, that the proprietor comes there and makes sure that he scrubs off all of the cult symbols off of his building. So we could try to get to the fourth level, the fourth depth, I should say, of the underworld. We've already gone through 3 depths of the underworld. So getting to the fourth, we know where it is, but we can try going to the fourth depth and try to eliminate the cult. Now, that's one option. Doing it now is going to be tough because there are some preliminary things we don't know, and there's some preliminary things we might do. The second thing we have is that we have not found an invitation to go to Eric's party at the Owl and the Hawk Inn. Now, that may sound like a trivial thing, but it probably is going to be the start of something bigger. but we'd have to figure out a way to get an invitation. I will give you more detail on that if you say that's what you want to pursue. It's time that we celebrate Eric's promotion and go to the Owl and Hawk Inn.
If we go to the Survivor Monastery, can they form a heel on the group like they did before?
They can, Rusty. It'll take a die 4 rolls of card flips to get there if that's our intent, just to go to the Survivor Monastery. Before you make that decision, the third action we can do is we can go to the clan hall. We've never been there, and we can see if the solitaire has an idea of how we would establish trade. My guess is that his ideas won't be any better than the ideas you had. Greg already had the first leap of faith, clever idea in that the guild block may be able to award us a charter because they want the tar as much as we want to sell the tar. Rain Edge will just fall apart without the tar. It's like a ship that needs to be constantly put in with new pitch. Now, let me think if there's any other missions that are outstanding. But we have, and also we know through the smugglers' tunnels that we can get to High Point and we can get to the farmlands. It'd be a little bit more difficult to get to the Painted Temple and probably extremely dangerous, but we could maybe make a try for that. We know that we can't move tar outside. Either from the south, it gets confiscated by the legions, and from the north, it gets attacked by the fire cult and set on fire. So I sort of re-prefaced much of the game. I will roll a die and say, Rusty, what are we doing, Rusty?
I have no idea.
Of all those quests, what do you think? Which one we should start? Shall we go to the party?
Let's go to the Owl.
Sounds the most fun.
Owl and Hawk Inn. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to the Owl and Hawk Inn. So we're going to take a D4 encounters to get to that. Go ahead and tell me how many, Rusty. Give me a roll.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 guys. Sorry.
Only 2.
Only 2.
Only 2.
Well, you can get stuff.
Rusty.
Encounters aren't all
that we're an
bad.
expert in.
Oh, look at that. We got a new trigger, Bad Fate. And a 10. 10 is a nice card. All right, the 10. So, fate, that any aspect for the next 2d4 events of the session is auto success. Dark magic gets a pass. To avoid damage, the character must still be carrying an object that allows at least a poor roll of success. That benefit only helps card events, not details specific to the adventure. So, Rusty, roll me 2d4.
I actually want something high.
Yeah,
Yes,
8 would be good.
Tends to be high game.
Okay.
A little above
5.
average.
Okay, so we have
By half.
5 events. And 5 events, what are we able to pass on rolls? Is it weaponry? Is it luck? Is it utility?
I think,
Should we automatically successful?
I think it should be usually it's weaponry because every spade's going to put in a weaponry. So I would think weaponry would be the thing that we
Okay,
want to.
so all weaponry rolls are successful in the next 5 encounters. Not details of the adventures, but the next 5 flips of the card. Now, this transmography, we still have to make a roll here. We'll do the bad fate at the end. We have to add a utility roll to this, and which is the only roll we need to make. So somebody needs to make a utility roll, Rusty. Who is it?
Okay, who's got a good utility and has already tested it?
I've got rope that I've already tested.
I have too, as my sturdy gloves.
Yeah, but you're still down how many hit points? How many hit points are you down, Brad?
I am down
13.
12.
I'm
but
down 13.
I have significantly more points than John.
Yes, you do. So, okay, I think Red will do a utility roll.
A rope on the transmography. I'm not sure how my braided rope will. I'll probably get everyone together and rebraid my rope since we've been having trouble with it, and ignore the phantasmical event that is happening close by. Probably the Emperor is taking punishment on Winesot because he heard rumors or even had reports from his spies that infiltrators have left Spot and went to Rain Edge. So an image of the Emperor, a giant image, is smashing random houses. Not a very nice person. All right, here comes my roll. I need an 11. I've made my 11. We're going to rebraid the cord and ignore the fact that our friends and neighbors are getting stepped on. And the bad faith trigger. This is a new roll that I've had. It's in the rules now. And these can be a single person in the spotlight or randomly assigned to someone of the group, a sub-boss or fate. Probably it's the sub-boss created by this. So we have to get rid of a sub-boss, the image of the foot of the Emperor mashing houses. In order to do that, we have to make a roll. I will start this since I created the table, and I'm going to roll a D8. /roll. Roll D8. What happened to me? A 4. Lose or break an object of your choice. I have lost.
Is that you as an individual or for the group?
That would be, on this case, the way I've defined it is just me rolling a D8. Sometimes the bad fate is global. Sometimes it affects a random individual.
Even though you got the 10 of clubs, isn't that?
Well, it means I don't have a weaponry roll, Rusty, but the trigger bad fate from the card is going to happen.
Okay.
Wow, these are all terrible. Let me see. Greg said he has 2 steel mirrors. So if I break my steel mirror, I can take one of yours. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, correct? I have 2 dark magic items, so yes, you can.
All right, so I will break my steel mirror and then take yours as a replacement, and I owe you a favor, Greg.
Right. I will steel mirror, pour dark magic. Go ahead and take mine because I still have multiple other dark magic. 4 dark magics.
Well, you're not really that holy after all, are you? If you have multiple dark magic items, we've got really you sold all wrong.
I'm a street thief like the rest of you guys. You guys just started calling me holy ever since I started using this cleric mace that I found off the body.
All right, the second event of this 2 events before we get to the Owl and Hawk. Now notice again that trigger bad fate. Not every card is going to have that, but some of them are. We're just starting to advance in level, and the events are getting harder. This one would go to John. John, reward silver pieces and a reward gold XP. John, you've picked up a gold XP. Please mark that as you now are 16 level.
16, yeah.
Yep. And roll a D4, please.
Okay. 1.
Oh, 1. Well, 1 is better than none. So mark the fact that you have 1 more silver penny and also take that XP. And the other thing that happens from this is a Queen of Hearts. A Queen of Hearts is going to be, a Hearts is no extra. A Queen is going to be that we have to all do weaponry. But guess what? Rusty has said that weaponry is not a problem for us. So the rest of this event passes harmlessly. Why is there piled treasure, John? And please don't tell me that we looted the houses that the Emperor destroyed.
Why is there piled treasure?
Yeah, what do we find that we walked away with?
Oh,
it was only worth a silver penny, but
yeah. So there was actually just a pile of debris, but when we noticed that there was a bit of a gleam in it, and so pushing away some of the filth, we see that there was more treasure underneath. That somehow
it was like a silver ring you found, right?
Pardon?
It was a silver ring you found. Somebody had their finger cut off by the Emperor's attack and the Overlord's attack, and we just picked up the finger, took off the ring, and tossed the finger away. We're such bad people in way. All right, so we have gotten to the Owl and Hawk with that successful movement. And at the Owl and the Hawk, let me go to my notes here. Now, this is a place that Tiny Wayne hangs out, and whenever we enter the Owl and the Hawk, we feel obligated to buy a round of drinks. I won't make John use the penny that he just found. I'll subtract one off my character. And Clan Chief Solitaire is sometimes here, but he's not here at the moment. And the main thing is the flyer that announces the upcoming party to celebrate Eric's promotion. This is the image that's on the flyer, by the way. This Eric poster, black and white in the upper corner. Remember, when I give you pictures, it's important. It's not just because I want to add color to the game. And we can also add we can also store things in the banks if we wanted to. And the Owl and the Hawk adventure, I need to locate it. Here it is. Now, the bouncer's name is, who's controlling the party is, his name is BOC, initials. And he will only let people into the party who have credentials with a red wax stamp. All right. Now, we don't have an invitation with a red wax stamp. So this adventure is pretty much figuring out how we can get a red wax stamp. That didn't, sorry. There it is. How we can get a copy of the red wax stamp, and how we can get a copy of the invitation, or how we can steal an invitation. So I ask, we're over to Greg. Greg, so if we wanted an invitation, who in the city might have one?
Clan Chief would probably have one. If we go,
yeah,
to
Clan Chief would probably have one. If we go to the Clan Hall, we could try to steal the Clan Chief's invitation or ask him for it. He may have we may be able to strike a deal. We do something for him, he'll give us his invitation. Who else might have an invitation? Anyone can say. Do you remember any of the other people in the city? You can also pull up your rumors here if you want. I think most of them are listed in the rumors. Like the chief hydrologist, is he going to have would he have an invitation to the party? We met him when we were at Blue Bayou and when the streets were collapsing. How about the rat catcher that we met around the Great Oak? Blighton.
He probably would not.
Okay, he will rule him out. All right. The Emperor himself might have an invitation, but I don't know that we would want to have him visit. So the Clan Chief Solitaire is a definite yes. Anyone else?
Well, there's his son that we.
His son. His son's only. Wasn't his son like 8 or 10?
Oh, is that?
His son Klondike was 8 or 10. He may or may not have an invitation. Probably wouldn't. But Klondike may be able to.
We could drink too. So
we could maybe send Klondike to steal his father's invitation, because we did challenge him that he can't do it or something. He's pretty dull. You were saying, Rusty?
I'm saying I was making some humor that he would also need an illegal ID, a fake ID, so he could actually buy
Yes, true.
the spirits.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? I'm just saying.
He would probably steal his father's invitation.
I also will point out that Chief Hydrologist Beckham has 2 rumors about him. Both that he
that he's a philanderer. That's one.
Yeah.
And he's in love with another woman, right?
Yeah. Sia, who apparently is the ward who's betrothed to Klondike when he grows up.
Yes.
So there's 2. We could talk to him, see if he has a invitation, possibly in exchange for whatever he needs done.
Sure. Yeah, that's definitely an a possibility. There's this quest doesn't really have an ABC order to it. This is entirely up to you to try to get it done. How would we start this? We need an invitation. If we're going to make a copy of the invitation, we're going to need red wax. We're going to need we're going to need to at least look at the stamp to see what it is. The head of the monastery, John C., would he have been given an invitation?
We could always ask and then get healed in the process.
That's true. Yep. So Greg, what do you think the first step of all this is? It could be talk to the hydrologer, absolutely.
Yeah, where can we find the hydrologer? Is
Blue Bayou.
Blue Bayou? Okay, let's go to the Blue Bayou first.
Okay, we're going to go to the Blue Bayou. Give me a D4 events.
4, perfect.
4, okay.
That's
perfect. We'll have a little bit of distraction here as we go along.
More chances for treasure.
And we are still
for damage.
Still safe on weapons.
Reward mulligan.
Hey, don't we have a stop harm or something?
We do, but we're waiting for a picture card where we all have to roll.
Okay.
Is what I would suggest.
There's a mulligan, and we have a 2 of clubs, and we got the narthex. Let me see if that's a special event card that also generates some additional information here. We pass some sort of holy site. If the party is in great need, the place can bestow flares, gear, gold, silver. I don't think we're in great need. How many hit points? You've just picked up 2 XP though in the course of a half an hour, John. So I think you're probably
in good shape.
Yeah,
I am.
There's really only one god that's worshipped in this city, and that's the Overlord, unfortunately. And if we start asking the Overlord for favors, we may be indebted to him. So I would say at this point, let's not ask for something. Although we could ask for the Emperor, and he could immediately give us an invitation to the party. Is it worth it? And just sort of shortcut this whole thing? I throw that out to the party to say yes or no.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Rusty?
I think it's worth it.
And Greg, your deciding vote.
We asked for it in exchange for owing a favor or something. Seems like it's
he may have a requirement. He may not. I mean,
sure. Let's ask. Sure, let's ask for it.
It's for the card, so because we got this particular card.
Yep, in a way the card is a boon. We asked the Overlord for invitation, and he tells us rather cryptically that you can find one on the body of the rat catcher who's been murdered at the Great Oak.
Oh.
Okay. Can we change direction then?
You can.
It's right next door.
The 2 of clubs, though, we need to resolve. Somebody is going to need to make a luck or dark magic roll to survive this encounter with the Emperor. Luck or dark magic?
Low numbers got to do it.
Is that 13, Rusty? You're going to just go ahead and roll your luck?
No. I was.
This is a low number. 2 means a low number event. Yes, go ahead. I roll an 11.
I rolled a 1. I'm guessing I might be doing the luck.
I'm thinking that, Greg, you're going to have to make.
Look at that, a 20.
I rolled a 20.
Who doesn't have to? Of course, this is not a particularly nasty one, but that's a check that you're always going to be able to do.
You are now an expert in the narthex, dealing with the Emperor. It's not a bad thing to be an expert in. So check that on your character sheet. If there's ever rolls related to the narthex, since this is the first roll you're making of this encounter, it counts for your roll. The 20, and you would always be making your rolls from it. Greg, can you please make a luck or dark magic? Can you please make a luck roll?
I will make a luck roll with my lucky 4-leaf clover, which is a good item. So I need a 9 or better because I already put +2 into luck. So 14.
Okay, terrific.
I got lucky.
Good job.
You got lucky. Okay. You got lucky that we know that we're going to go to the Great Oak. We have 3 more rolls left in order to get there. And our weaponry will still last another 2 card flips. Here comes the Next card flip.
It's a card flip regardless of whether weaponries are called for.
That is correct.
Okay.
It's events.
Secret passage.
Secret passage, and that one I think is Rusty. Rusty, pick yourself up at die 4 silver, please.
Let's see. Okay, we've already set the precedent of only getting one. Oh, 2. All right.
Well, you don't want to set that precedent all the time. It's a bad precedent. All right. So we have a luck or dark magic, any one of the group outside of Wine Sot or Rain Edge. This is also a sub-boss roll. Diamonds, add luck or morale. So we need to make a luck and a dark magic. We need to make both in order to exercise our secret passage, Rusty. So who's going to make the luck roll and who's going to make the dark magic roll? Could be both of them, but made by you.
Let's see. I'm not going to do the luck because I'm terrible at luck rolls. Plus, I don't have a good luck thing. So for the luck,
do the luck.
So, but I'll do the dark magic. So let me do the dark magic. Let's see. I have a good dark magic. It is. Let's see. My dark magic is a skull. All right. Oh, jeez.
Well, Rusty, you have lost your dark magic for the rest of this session. And you took a point of damage.
I'll take a point of damage.
And we go to who was going to make the luck roll, Rusty? Could be John.
I can with my dragon tooth.
John is a good roll, and Greg, I believe, is also a good roll with his 4-leaf clover. I'm a poor roll at luck.
So John could do it.
Okay. John, give me a roll, please, of an 11. 15 has made the luck roll. So we found the secret passage, decides the fact that Rusty says he was going to do his elaborate ritual to open up the gateway and reveal the dangers ahead. And as he was gesticulating and fumbling over himself and doing nothing but sputtering and popping, John just walks up and said, "Oh, it's just a latch. It's just a garden latch. All we need to do is flip this hasp and we can get through the secret passage." All right, we have
I need to roll my
durability on the object, correct?
Yeah, so I'm going to take a make roll on it.
Okie doke.
Not that it's done me any good, but anyway, okay.
And a true monster we find in the secret passage. Well, that wasn't the best of choices, was it?
Don't all of our weaponry still, this is the last one for the weaponry?
We actually have 2 more for the weaponry, John. Thank you.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Yes, our weapon trees are all successful. 6 of spades means that we will have to add a weapon tree to this. Fighting a monster that is -4 the rolls is not going to be the best of things anyway. The big die moved to you, John. So guess what? You picked up another D4 silver. You might as well put that in your pocket.
All right. Let's see what I get. 2. There we go.
Which I found before. A restoration or luck plus a weapon tree. Any one of the group. Outside of Wine Sot, this is also a sub-boss, but it is a true monster. So, John, what do we see in the secret passage? And it can be anything. And it can be anything even grand. It can be a demon in there, although a demon tends to be a separate type of creature, not a mob, a monster mob. But what do we meet up with?
Oh, well, what we met up with was something that initially we looked at, it looked like tar in the secret passage, and then it came up like an ooze or blob to try and make our stuff go away.
So it was some sort of gelatinous creature that could rechange its form, and it of a oily substance. That works for Wine Sot. Where tests are -3, and we have to make a weaponry roll, and we have to make either a restoration or a luck. So who makes the weaponry roll to fell this tar?
We don't need to make the weaponry
We
roll.
automatically make it, right?
Thank you. Yes, keep reminding me of that, or I'll just go through rote. So yes, the weaponry roll is made, so it's easy enough to beat it down and put it back, stick it against the wall so it has trouble pursuing us. Yep. But how do we make a restoration or a luck to get away from it?
I will make a luck roll.
Okay.
Okay.
So you need to pick the right path for us to get away. Go ahead.
I do. I do not succeed.
You not succeed. So that means that Greg, you need to pick the right path for us to succeed and get away.
Okay. I also have my good. I missed it. No.
It comes over to me. Let me see what sort of luck I have. I got my shoelaces. Those are only poor. And I also have a feathered cap. I look at the feathered cap and the angle of the feather, and I see, hey, look, it's pointing in the opposite direction. I'm going to go ahead and make a 15 or better with that. And, of course, it's pointing. Actually, you point out that the feathered cap is pointing at my own feet when I bend over to look and see where it's pointing at. So I have missed my roll. I have taken a point of damage. And Rusty, it goes on to you.
I have missed my with my fur top hat.
Does this just keep on going around?
No, it only goes once around the table before, unless the adventure calls for the luck roll must be made. And in this case, it doesn't. So after we run around these tunnels, we realize, hey, the creature was never following us in the first place. But it's still pretty sad that we missed so many rolls.
Not terribly lucky.
But it was all tests. We didn't even apply the -3 modifier. So.
Oh yeah, we didn't even. Of course we never even need to. I will have to roll my
we failed without
my
it.
durability with my my lucky cap, and I need to roll better than a 4, and it's -3 to the roll, and the durability test is -1, but I made my roll of 8. So anyone else fail with something new that they've been, or are these all objects that you've used for luck already? No durability tests. I think you guys have all used
my luck roll has already been tested.
Yeah. Your tooth, and Rusty is its hat, and
My 4-leaf clover.
Greg's clover has all been tested. So we move on. It's one more encounter, or did that get us there? Let me just say one more encounter, and we'll use up the weaponry. We still have the stop harm and the mulligan. Hopefully we don't get some reshuffles here and make those go away. And it is an enticement of some sort. It's going to add a luck morale roll, and it's a 3 of spades. A 3 of spades means somebody in the group is going to have to make light magic or luck. And then we also have to make a luck roll because of the card. So, Greg, who has to make a luck roll and who has to make a light magic roll? And what was the enticement right before we got to the Great Oak to find the dead?
Is 3, we have to pick the low person?
3 is any one of the groups still, Rusty, not a random.
Yeah, anyone.
All right.
So Greg will decide who has to make a luck roll and who has to make a light magic roll.
What was the enticement?
And the spade is add a weaponry, but we automatically make that. Yeah, what was the enticement?
Right before we got there, I just noticed in a shop on the side some red wax, and I just got distracted. I thought maybe we could make our own seal, wax, red wax seal. So
perfect. Yeah, there was a candle that was mysteriously red candle, and it had a lot of wax dripping, and the person was going to give it to us. But after we started bartering and haggling with them, and wondering what the impression was, we just skipped it and went on. All right, I need a luck roll, I need a light magic roll, and a weaponry roll that we made. And this would be the last time the weaponry is protected by the 10.
Luck roll, light magic roll, and weaponry. Let's see. I can make the morale and
Does anybody have light magic? Good.
Sounds like more of an ambush than a what's it called, negotiation. If we're making morale and weaponry rolls and light magic.
It's an enticement.
It was someone was like, hey, you're looking for an invitation, we got one right here, and when we went to check it out, it was actually an ambush.
Probably servants of the Overlord who was just dragging us across the city on a whim. And luck and light magic. The weaponry is successful.
Okay, weaponry successful. I'll make the light magic, seeing that I am Farouk the Pious? Does anybody have a good light magic for real?
I've just had my tinsel. It's poor. I think Conrad is our light magic guy.
Yeah, I'll
he's
make that.
Conrad. I could do light magic with a +1, even though it's poor. So if you want, I could do the light magic.
Well, that's that. Okay,
I have a slightly
then
better
I'll make the
chance.
luck then. I'll make the luck with my good 4-leaf clover. So here's luck. And hate, just I need the 9. You got that +2. So, all right. So I failed the luck. Somebody else can do the luck.
I can try the luck.
Next person.
So let me do it with my good luck Dragon Tooth.
And let me do another point of damage.
And I do it.
Okay. Good job.
Who missed a luck roll? Unfortunately, John, if Greg misses a luck roll, I have to try mine. Then Rusty has to try his.
Gotcha.
Then it comes to you because it always.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just by the rules of the order of the game.
Okay.
I'm not happy that I'm the one that has to make the luck roll, but let's see if I can do it. A 10. I believe I've missed. I need my luck is not good. My luck is poor and poor. All right, so I took another point of damage. And Rusty, you need to make a luck roll.
I have a +2, and in luck, so I think I made it.
All right,
15.
terrific.
15.
And
All right.
did we get the light magic roll yet?
I'm going to do the light magic roll.
Okay.
Oh, hey, and I made it.
Who heals a point of damage with your light magic?
Let's see who's down the most. I think
I've lost 14, but I have more.
Yeah. I've lost 14 and I have less. So
you take it then.
I've lost 6, so
Take the point off of healing, John, and now Rusty, your light magic. How did it manifest? What happened?
Well, I was doing a charm spell on the to basically make the hostiles more willing to just leave us alone.
So you're made them more like giggly or
made them happy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you made them more relaxed. That maybe they should
go
back to drinking.
They were laughing at my luck roll with my fur top hat.
You are quite strange with a fur top hat. So, all right, we make it to the Great Oak. Now, we grab the invitation, but as we grab the invitation, it is noticed, and suddenly we find ourselves accused of murdering the rat catcher. So the overlords, that was the overlord's payback, Greg.
Okay.
And
now we need to flee. All right. So any roll
do we get to check the rat catcher's body as we're being caught to grab the invitation?
Yes, you have the invitation, Rusty. And
okay, great.
We have the invitation.
Anything else on the rat catcher?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is there anything else in the rat catcher?
Wow. So we're going to add thievery.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, if we're being accused,
murder is going to get us the gallows anyway.
Murder with extra circumstances of theft. So this is sad. Well, no, there's nothing else really on the rat catcher.
Hanging is hanging. Okay.
Hanging is hanging. I guess yes, it is true. I will let.
Hopefully, they'll use Red's rope. That will fail when they try and do.
Everyone can get a die 4 silver if they decide to take the dead man's coins. I pass. Rusty, take a die 4 silver if you wish. Hanging is hanging.
Hanging is hanging. Let's do it. Okay, die 4. 2, 1. It wasn't very useful.
You'll hang with that silver penny around in your teeth. And John, do you want a D4 silver?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
4.
Now that's
you guys are fighting over that purse. And Greg, it's up to you if you wish to take a D4.
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead.
4.
Oh.
Well, of course.
You guys didn't leave me much.
I was a rat. You never see or recognize the rat catcher until he's no longer doing his job. And then, but okay, let us leave. We'll worry about the fact that we're accused of murder later. Who's going to enforce that law in Winesot? It's whether or not the Legion gets involved. And we head back to the Owl and Oak and Hawk. That's going to take one card flip to get back there. Shadows and Confusions. That was probably more mischief by our Overlord. And a 9 of Hearts. A 9 is not going to add any extra to the roll, but it will be weaponry or utility. Nope, sorry, weaponry or restoration, any of the group. And we are no longer getting a free ride on weaponry, unfortunately. And it is dark magic -2. That will not affect. And the big die went to Greg. So, Greg, take a D4. Silver, please.
1. Okay.
Now, Greg, what was the confusion? Or what was the shadows that we did? Nightfall? I mean, that'd be pretty simple. But what happened with the shadows and confusion?
Oh, shadows and confusion. We're paranoid as we're fleeing the scene of the crime, and we keep on seeing shadows in the alleyways, watching us. Perhaps following us. Which we don't know.
It's guilty conscience. You should not have taken that silver.
Yeah, and I'm confused as to how I only got 1 and everybody else got 4.
Probably the bag. You guys found the purse, and all 3 of you pulled it from different directions. It spilled all over the place. You grabbed one off the ground, and those guys, double-handed it, and a little bit of side magic maybe. They picked up 4 each. So we have the confusion, and it's going to require a weaponry or a restoration roll. And so, Greg, who has to make either a weaponry or a restoration roll?
I can make weaponry, and I think who has the good restoration?
It's an or, Greg. We just need to make one or t'other.
Oh, I'll make weaponry. I think I can make it within 3.
Okay, Go ahead, Greg.
All right,
we'll test that theory.
Spear, it's already been tested. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Hey, you're right. You made it within 3. So you took 2 points of damage. You dispelled the phantasms or the confusion, the shadows. You proved. What is this guy gesticulating with his spear for? We need to get out of here. And we head over to the Owl and Hawk. Let's get back on track here. Now we have an invitation to the Owl and Hawk. I got to find my quest notice. We have about 50 minutes more to play. And we show the invite, and the guy, lets us in. Costs us another silver penny to show up at the Owl and Hawk. I'll pay it. And we join the celebration of Eric's promotion. Eric usually gives everyone a gift when we meet him. So everyone can roll on the reward table for gear. Rusty, why don't you start us off?
Is that a D100?
It is.
Yeah, D100.
Here comes my wineskin. 67.
67, as you guys could probably see as well. Rusty, your gift, the guy must not like you. It's an old set of croquet mallet and stakes. It's poor utility and double the size. Wow, you might want to take your half a penny of silver and turn that back in. How John, give me personal dice.
Okay.
How much does Eric love you? You get anywhere from you roll a D12, so you can get
you can get almost nothing.
5 100s.
82. John, you have some sort of focus of an acolyte, a holy focus, and it is a good luck and poor light magic.
Okay.
And Greg.
28. The inverse of him.
28. So we mouse down there, as you can see probably as well, an ancient tome. Wow, good dark magic and poor light magic. I told you you were a holy man, Greg. And I'll roll my own personal dice. And a 34. 34 gives me a crystal ball. Poor utility and poor dark magic. That's probably going to go right in the sale pile, and then I'll buy something useful with that.
Oh, it says good dark magic and poor light magic.
No, mine is the crystal ball, Rusty.
Oh, okay. The crystal ball. I'm looking at the bucket. Okay, ancient tome. All right, got it.
As much as I would like to have a Palantir, I don't think I'm the person to carry it.
Well, you could give back the mirror that you borrowed from somebody.
That's true. I could give back the mirror, but Greg was giving me it as a gift. I will owe him a favor, a better favor than a poor mirror that he doesn't really care for. He doesn't like the demon inside. It doesn't seem to help him that much. All right,
No.
let me let us continue with the party for a moment. And let me open up my menus.
Yeah, and because it's poor, it's double items worth 15 silver. So yeah, so you want to get rid of that. You want to sell that. First of all.
I sort of put him over here by the party so we all can see him. We're talking with Eric. You guys are going to pan over if you're not on a huge screen. And so what's next? We're at a party. The guy's just giving us gifts. He's an old friend. He seems like, he's celebrating the fact that he was promoted in the Legion. Now we think, wow, we got an insider in the Legion. Oh, by the way, do we tell him that we just committed murder? No, we didn't commit murder. We committed thievery, but robbing the dead.
He wasn't using it.
He wasn't kin. The rat catcher was not kin. Oh, that's right. He was an uncle. But on your mother's side,
We inherited that money.
So it was just us taking our inheritance. What do you notice?
It's he's a mirror image of his poster. He's probably a doppelganger.
Okay, wait a second. What did Greg notice without a roll?
He's mirror imaged from his poster.
He's mirror image from his poster. Well, that was just obviously a printing mistake, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know how they print posters. I don't know how they print photographic posters in the city.
They probably do it with dark magic.
With dark magic.
Or with light magic, but
I mean, he's either an evil twin or a doppelganger.
Well, that would be bad.
Yes, it would. Oh, and it looks like we have Conrad.
Yeah, we've Conrad for the.
Gimpo's now suggesting doppelganger.
I have arrived.
Welcome. You just in recap, we crossed over the wall. We found that the amulet can dispel maybe one of the unbridled, but it won't work against the mobs, the throngs, I should say, that are on the top.
Of course.
And we scared the first one. He fell off the wall. We entered Rain Edge and we traveled to the Nun's Rest, but we realized nobody in Rain Edge wants to give us the time of day. When we got back to Doe Gate, it was demarcated with a line of yellow salt. And when we crossed that line, an automatic eye opened the gate from the Rain Edge side, but doesn't seem like it's functioning enough for us to start the tar trade with it. Catching back up, we went to the party for Eric and the Owl and Hawk, and then Greg has suddenly realized that this man is not who he claims to be.
All right. Had nothing to do with the body, Robin. I've set a personal limit of not going there today.
It was
our
inheritance.
That doubles the
We're
silver
collecting our inheritance.
Yeah, that's right.
So
we didn't want to have to go through probate.
When they hang you,
the bells of Winesod are ringing, and that usually denotes that somebody important has died.
Thanks.
And somebody comes into the bar and announces that the rat catcher was murdered. We're looking for 3 fellows that stole his purse after the robbery.
What?
Well, good thing there's 4 of us.
Good thing there's five of us, Jeff.
Yeah.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
I can vouch for these other three men with their shiny silver. Tiny as well will say that the man who died owed him money, and nobody would probably mourn the loss of the rat catcher in this place. And they choose whatever passersbys or messengers have come in. There are no true constables in Winesaught. This probably happens more often than we'd like to say. In fact, the gypsy who's also at the party, she says that people die every day, many by mysterious circumstances, some just outright vanish.
And the rat catcher is a celebrity, so
Well, he's enough of a named person that that's important. The head of the monastery, the monk John C., says that we should not be pointing fingers. Somebody like the clan chief Solitaire should investigate the crime. Clan chief Solitaire, who's now at the party as well, drunk as skunk, he's just dismissive, saying, well, it looks like we need to hire a new rat catcher. But Greg has noticed that this guy is a mirror image of himself. So to apprehend him would take weaponry and restoration for the party. If you ambush him, we can all try to roll dark magic. Or any one of us can try to roll dark magic
Two of
to
us
ambush
can't
him.
do dark magic. So
Well, we just have to make one global. And if you can't do dark magic, I think we wrote a rule on that, Rusty. You would do, I'm looking back, the new rule on dark magic, if you have been prevented from doing it, you probably forced your luck instead. Dark magic, fail and off for the rest of the session. After that, any forced roll of dark magic is instead made as weaponry physical, but the damage for failure increases by to 2. It doubles. But you guys would not have to make the roll. It would have to be Conrad, John, or myself would have to make dark magic to ambush the guy to find out who he actually is, or we would do, all of us, weaponry and restoration to attack him. The die is on Greg and his observation. Now, Greg is sort of clued in, Conrad, who showed up. And between the two of you, you need to decide if you're going to try to ambush him with dark magic in this room, do it very Harry Potter style, or pull our spears and gut the guy. Which do you think you should do?
I think the dark magic seems to be easier.
It's probably more subtle too in some ways.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. More subtle, less likely to get 3 people that might be suspected of murdering the rat catcher to have the entire bar turn against us because now we're trying to murder Eric.
Okay, so yes, why don't you? Who's going to make the dark magic roll? Greg?
Somebody I have a good. Oh, I can't use dark magic.
Yeah,
so
you and Rusty have turned off your dark magic. So we have myself with. What is my dark magic? My dark magic is that mirror. I also picked up a crystal ball with dark magic, but that probably wouldn't.
Good dark magic.
Yeah, I have a mirror as well.
I'm.
I think Conrad has a good.
I'm poor and poor.
I have a good arcane cube.
Conrad would have to use the arcane cube to immobilize him. Is that what we wish to do?
And I'll be in on the conspiracy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll hang with my brothers.
You have the best.
So it's scroll up, scroll. It's an 11 for a good dark magic.
That is a good roll.
Possibly a 9 if you need it.
All right.
So my dark magic is off. I've taken a point of damage, and rather than rolling durability on the item and risking losing it, I'll use a make roll.
You rolled a 3 originally in your dark magic or not?
Yeah, that's what I rolled a 3. Yes.
Oh yeah, you can't substitute the make roll after the fact, so you fail with dark magic.
For the durability roll.
Oh, the durability roll, terrific.
Yeah, so I don't lose my.
Somebody still needs to make the dark magic, so it's down to John or myself. John, would you like to try pour dark magic first, or would you like to go to me? Here, I was I was thinking we're successful so well. That's too bad. Go ahead, John. You could. We're in the
Too much
final.
fear.
For the final
Could use a
40
make roll,
minutes,
right?
you could make roll this if
You
you wish.
could make roll it, yes.
I think I'm going to go ahead and make roll it.
All right, so John has revealed the man. He's a shapeshifter. He's a Rakshasa.
Of course he is.
Uh,
I was afraid of him.
We were all afraid of him, but what happened to our friend? And when the man is revealed as a Rakshasa right in our midst, it becomes very apparent that he must have been the one that killed the rat catcher. The rat catcher had this sort of aura about him that he could always see evil, especially since he was constantly going into places where rats were denning. And evil is rats tend to be in every mythos attracted to evil. And now we have a choice. We can let him flee, or we can bring him down with those weaponry and restoration rolls. What is it going to be? And
let's bring him down.
Since we've had Conrad out of the game for a bit, we'll make Conrad decide. We can let him flee and follow him, or we could take weaponry and restoration rolls and try to bring him down.
Do I know that if he's in fact a doppelganger and we were to kill him, he would be returned to his doppelganger form, or does he retain the form of the creature that we killed?
Well, it's right in front of all the principles of Weinsaut. So if you're worried about accountability, even if he probably would not return to Eric's form, he would just stay in his what do they look like? They're like cats. They're like tigers.
Right. So in other words,
they're upright tiger men.
Yes. In other words, I don't want to get discovered with a dead body that looks like somebody that's.
We've already made that mistake, by the way.
Yeah.
We were discovered stealing from the rat catcher.
I'm sorry, I meant to say again.
Somebody was going to tisk that one day, but we were accused of murder. But now this guy, they'll find later that the man's footprints are all around the body. So yeah, we attack. Then weaponry is everyone in agreement. Yeah. This should be a unanimous roll. All right, we start. We start all rolls with me. I need to make a weaponry roll of an 11 against this guy. Are there any modifiers? No, it doesn't look like it. And I've already tested my durability, but I made my weaponry, and here comes my restoration. It's also a good roll. My restoration is that poultice, and I've made both my rolls. So I'm quite the hero of the day, slashing my spider spear, and he probably grabs it rather than get stabbed by it. And then he pushes it back into me, but later on I can apply my poultice to whatever bruise he inflicted on my chest. And I go to Rusty. Rusty, weaponry and restoration on the Rakshasa.
Okay. Here's the spider. Of course I fail. And let's try it again.
Slash by a claw.
I make it
and
the
he makes
second
it
time
before he finally stabs the guy's claw. Restoration.
My restoration using my cat's eye gem fails. So
you're going to take 4 total points of damage. You've been knocked out of the side of the battle. Okay, and Conrad.
Let me use my. I got a good. I wasn't using the spider weapon. I was using something different. I thought I was using the hammer, warhammer. Yeah, warhammer. Sorry.
You could.
Yeah. So warhammer for the weapon. Die 20 is a 12. I'm +3 on that, so that's a 15. And the restoration is a surgeon's kit. So once I hold him down, I try to use the surgeon kit to remove his skin to see what he really looks like underneath.
Rusty as well.
Yeah. And that is a 9. It's good. I'll add 2 to that, so that's an 11. That's a success.
Okay, so you made both your rolls. Right. It's starting to stagger a little bit. John, weaponry and restoration, please.
Okay, weaponry is good. My spider leg.
Where did you
16.
hit him? Face. Pardon? Where'd you hit him? Face, body, arm, crotch, leg, foot?
Oh no, I hit him right in the stomach.
Right in the stomach, actually. Disembowel him. Good. Disembowel that beast. And your restoration roll as the
it's a spear stuck in nice and tight so he can't get away.
A caustic acid from his stomach is hitting you. It is a magical creature.
Yeah, my suspect ointment. I will.
It says, "Hey, but it's a Bengay time again." So
doesn't stick to me, right?
Yes.
A 17.
Hey, who doubts it? I don't doubt it. And Greg.
All right. I'd
Finish
love
it
to
off.
use my holy mace against this Rakshasa, but the spear's already been tested, so 19. Stab it through his eye socket.
Hey, he's
and
going
then
down.
My cat's eye will protect me from the evil curses from him. The 20, it actually does. Wow.
Wow, nice
It
roll.
does have some utility after all, or some usefulness in restoration.
And Sia and her 3 displacer beasts then tear what's left of the Rakshasa apart. And we have his boots. The boots are good utility. Boots match the print marks on the murder scene, but I think we can declare the doppelganger, or I should say the illusion in this case, of Eric was the one that killed the rat catcher. And then people will validate that later by saying, oh, they saw them together. They saw how upset the rat catcher was, and he confronted him. He made that mistake. But good utility boots. And this encounter started with Conrad saying we should all attack. So, Conrad, who gets good utility boots? I already have a good utility object.
Who does not?
I'm sorry, who does not?
Does everyone have good utility boots?
So Rusty gets the
boots. I do not have a good utility.
Rusty, you got yourself a nice set of legionary boots.
I should note that we all appeared to do well when we went in murder hobo mode. Everybody made their rolls.
Yes.
I did not.
It is a calling. It is such a calling to basically just fling those dice, fling those bones, and then let the creatures fall in front of us.
We can't observe a secret in a room, but what if it requires gutting somebody in an alleyway? We're your guys.
Props to Greg. He immediately saw when I put the second image up that the guy was not the same. Rusty, did you notice that or not? Just curious.
He was mirrored? No, I didn't notice.
And
because I don't have the other. My screen is blown up enough that I don't have the other.
Yeah, in the same frame. Yeah, and John, did you happen to notice it or not?
I did not. That's because my dice roller was covering up the original one. So
okay. See, we're going to take him off the board. Eric is now missing. Now Eric is missing somewhere in the Legionary District. We have a half an hour to play, and I'm tempted to continue. There are 2 main quests now in front of us. We can investigate how the Rakshasa got into Winesaught, and he obviously was impersonating someone from the Legion, so our quest would take us back toward the Legionary District. We're not quite sure how, but we have never been to the gift wall. All right, and the second part of the quest is the Solitaire, the clan master, comes up to us after the, hey, good job killing the guy. It's all a day's work. But he wants us to establish the tar trade. And he suggests that we find a way to get to Rain Edge and bring a few barrels with us. And when we get there, we need to, he mentions that he knows they have some sort of charter system to trade. And maybe you can go back down into the ogre lair and get the ogre's charter. Boy, I would think we wouldn't want to explore much down there. But there might be another way to get through the gate. I'll go to Greg. Greg, did you figure out how you might be able to get through the gate?
I think you missed John in the cycle there.
The gate to the Legionary District now?
Or to Rain Edge.
Back through Rain Edge.
Now, how can you get something on the other side to trigger the motion sensor?
You could just use a golem or a servant, a magical servant, to go through on call.
Yeah, that's possible. Sure.
I mean, we didn't do a whole lot of testing. We don't know if it has to be like a human or just any sort of inanimate object to do that.
If you dropped a sack of flour from the top of the wall, it probably would trigger the gate, but you'd still have to go to the top of the wall.
Exactly. And also at that point, we could always just say, like, we send one person up to climb the wall and, hopefully get down before the, or use
John, give me a luck roll.
Okay.
We could also use Conrad's device to knock one of the wall people into the other side of the wall.
That's clever, Rusty. I like that. You could just climb the wall, and then you could make the. John, did you make a luck roll or not?
I did. Yeah, good.
Okay.
An 11.
read the last thing I printed. I sent in chat.
3 displacer beasts.
Sia lets her 3 displacer beasts tear at Shasha
Beast.
and
Yeah.
at the beast and good utility boots.
Yeah.
We have displacer beasts.
What can you do with
Details so
displacer
much
beats, Conrad?
You could use them on the wall, right?
We can displace them to the other side of the gate.
That's right. So
Yeah,
if Sia is put in charge of the tar trade, she has an automatic way of opening that gate anytime she wants to. She just brings the beasts to the gate, and then one of them eventually will displace on the other side and trigger the opening.
Yeah.
All right. You might have figured that out, but the luck roll and then figuring it out, I think, is fine as well. So we have 2 quests we can start. We
so
can go
the gate, you have to open the gate from the outside. Is that what ultimately
from the
is
other
happening
side,
here?
from rain edge?
From the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Is there any way we can rig up a mechanical thing to do that for us, or just a one-off, or
maybe
That's what I
with
was
dark
thinking
magic?
about.
But again, we don't want to retire moving tar barrels through the city.
no? But I mean, we may have to move through, and we don't have the displacer beasts with us.
Oh, how will you guys get back in the rain edge? Well, there is a number of suggestions like that Rusty made about, having an unseen servant triggered or whatever, or
just
get to the
distract
top of the wall and force a guy off to fall into it. Those will all be functional. They all take rolls, but this is a rolling game. But the Solitaire says that if you can establish the trade of tar, he'll pay you a royalty of every session we come back to of 2d4. So that is one quest, is go figure out how we can get a charter to sell tar in Rain Edge. Or the second quest that we have pending is
commerce.
Go to the Legion District. I guess that would start at the gift wall, and go to the Legion District and figure out what happened to Eric. Now there's another quest that's pending. It's eliminate the fire cult, but we've already determined, and the one half elf of the city, who pretty much lives in the Owl and Hawk until I need him to move someplace else, my harbinger. His name is Shinedown, and Shinedown will tell you that he tried to go and investigate the fire cult, and when he got down there, they were using tubes connected by flexible hoses to the walls, and they were using like flamethrowers to defend that place. So he says that's an ugly place to visit and try to sneak into. But it is a third quest that you can undertake. I'm going to roll the die and say, Rusty, which quest should we start in the last 25 minutes here? Should we go to Doe Gate, have the displacer beasts open it up, and start our quest by going back to Guild Block, Market Square, and Nun's Rest to figure out how we get a charter? Or do you want to go to the gift wall and see if that is a way of getting through to the Legion District?
Well, the gift wall's, I'm guessing, going to be a little easier than getting a
Rain Edge is more dangerous, and we do have 2 people without dark magic. Oh, John, I think you missed a dark magic roll as well, or did you?
No, I did. I missed mine.
Yeah, Conrad misses dark magic, so we have 3 people without dark magic as well.
So I think we go to the gift wall.
Okay, we're going to go to the gift wall. It's going to take us probably 3, I should say, a D4 events. Go ahead and roll it, Rusty, and that would probably finish up our day here, flipping cards.
Oh, yeah, because I'm going to roll a 4. So,
okay,
yeah.
Roll that. Don't roll a 4. 2 cards. 2 cards is easy.
2 cards is not easy.
We got to stop harm and a mulligan we haven't used.
Yes, we do. It's amazing that we still have those.
Oh. You guys have been
That's terrible. All right.
All right, 6 of diamond on mechanical traps. Rusty, you're awarded gear from this. Why don't you make
let's
percentile
get
dice?
another Paladin Stakes piece of junk. Okay, got it.
That would be sad.
42.
42. 42 is going to be, if I can read. Oh, you have the same thing that Conrad has, that Myrmidon leather armor. I guess you stripped it off of the Rakshasa. And now finally got it cleaned up enough to where you could use it. Poor restoration, but good luck morale. You'll be rolling against that armor now for a little while. And we have encountered mechanical traps as we approach the gift wall. Test durable, right? What that actually means is our durability becomes -2. That's a decline durable.
I made a durability roll.
No, it's not the roll. It's a utility
it's
roll.
restoration.
Yeah, it's
utility
a
roll,
utility roll. But what all the card is saying is that we went from -1 to -2 on durability rolls.
Right.
I need to correct that card.
Restoration roll utility that alters
and
that. Right.
The 6 of diamonds says that somebody needs to make a roll. If I can pan up. And passy. 6 means we need a restoration or luck roll. And if we're outside of Winesaught, we also get a sub boss. We're not technically outside of Winesaught yet. We're moving to the gift wall. And poor restoration and good luck, that's Rusty's armor. So we need a luck or a restoration, and the diamond adds a luck. So we need to make both a restoration and a luck roll. And this is Rusty. Rusty, who's going to make the restoration roll, and who's going to make the luck roll?
I'll make the restoration roll.
Okay.
And let's start the luck rolls as far away from me as possible. So that would be Conrad, I think, right? Conrad, you have a good luck?
Conrad has the same Myrmidon armor that you have. Go ahead and make your restoration roll, Rusty, for us.
Restoration roll. Failed. I've already tested it. So
boy, that was a D20.
3.
Jeez.
Hey,
and I was successful in the luck roll.
And Rusty takes his 3 points of damage. Conrad is successful. The mechanical traps have now been passed. And we flip a card. Travail, dead end.
Ooh, trigger a setback.
And Queen. All right.
Oh,
now
excellent. Of spades.
Spade is going to be weaponry. We already have weaponry with the Queen, I think. And the Queen means that we have to do weaponry or either magic.
So what does that mean with this Queen Spades? Two weaponries? Or weaponry and magic?
You never need to double the rolls, but because we added the weaponry, it means we have to do both weaponry and
this would be
magic.
a great one to use our thing that says no harm, no gain, because there's no gain here.
And there's no, we wouldn't trigger a setback.
We also, the stop harm would also, instead of having the setback, and just for edification, the setback means we start the damage. We start the event with a D4 damage or a roll of restoration, so we can avoid that as well.
Yeah,
Want to use your stop harm?
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get a better chance to use it than this.
I think that's probably a good idea. We still have the mulligan where we can change a card, but we're at the gift wall. When we get to the gift wall, the wall of gifts. Now, what is the wall of gifts? Crusts of bread and poured jugs of wine are the best the party will expect here. You can see the other people standing below the gift wall as the legionnaires from a position on high, top of probably a opening, an archer's opening or something. They throw out crusts of bread. There is no bread in Winesaught. The grain deliveries have been absent for some time now, and so anyone who can have bread is it's quite valuable to people. And if you're cautious, and you should be, you will eventually see that occasionally when the guards are bored or they run out of bread, they will pour oil down or tar oil down and set it aflame. And then later on, the charred or dead bodies are carried away by loved ones into the Bastille to be left. Now, the beggar Shinedown is here again. He's sort of like a principal grumbler of our stories. He sits under a canopy made of tattered cloths. And he claims to be high elf and human of a human fey bad blood, but he's also someone who gets around and has many different secret knowledge of the city. His raiment is very soiled, but his coat has many, many medals and emblems and patches of obscure meaning and origin. He will say he was decorated during the wars, times which he seems to have no confirming details to relate, nor can even tell you what wars he's talking about. He may have just stolen the coat from somebody else, and or he just may be the victim of too many curses from people who did not like him bothering them for money. Now, when we get to the wall itself, there is a guy at the top, and when he sees us approach, he sort of has a recollection that we are the guys that killed the Rakshasa. So he sort of salutes us, and he says, if you give him 20 silvers, he can open a passage and allow you to enter the Legion district to conduct your business. Now, if we don't want to pay the 20, I need someone to make a luck roll. Who's it? Oh, it's Conrad. Conrad, give me a luck roll if you don't want to make pay the 20. 20's a lot.
Should I fail the roll? Someone else gets to make the roll?
Yeah, it moves around the table, luck.
Okay.
One
luck roll it is.
I would think. Roll of an 11.
That's a miss.
You're wondering if you should make roll it. I would say leave that decision to Rusty when it comes all the way around to him.
I missed it.
You missed it. You take a point of damage. Probably spits on you. Go ahead.
I will use make roll on my durability, so I don't have to make it again.
Sounds good. We're getting toward the end anyway. And John, give me a luck roll, please.
Okay. There we go.
19. John makes the luck roll, and John, as he is trying to dart out of the way of things that are dropping down on him, small things at first, he steps right through into the Legionary District. Apparently, the wall itself had been crumbled in one of the riots of Winesaught. They brought up a battering ram, knocked it down, and they've never repaired it. And it's just now sort of a permanent illusion that's in front of it. So John stepped through to the other side. Who's going to be brave enough to follow him? Greg, make me a morale roll. Luck morale, please.
Okay. Not quite.
Not quite. All right. We're all going to try to make this. You take a point of damage, but eventually somebody pushes you through or drags you through. Maybe John reaches back through and pulls you through saying, hey, Harouk, look what I found. I'll try my luck roll. I'm not sure I have a good luck item anymore. Did I pick one up? The crystal ball is poor, sadly. Utility, dark magic. And my luck is always my shoelaces. I missed my shoelace roll. But again, John as well is dragging me through. And Rusty, make a luck roll, please. Something that he doesn't like to do. Your luck improved, though, I believe.
Yeah, because I got a better item now.
Do you want to use that item now or not?
Yeah, I'll use it.
Durability's -2.
His
fate is changing. He just walks right through his armor. And Conrad, we started with you, and so we end with you. Conrad steps through. So we're all on the other side, the wall of gifts. But when we get to the other side, we notice that even though there's an illusion to get through, the other side is guarded quite well. It is a real griffin, not an illusionary one. I need everyone to roll a weaponry and restoration to bring it down.
Oh.
Start with me. Here comes my weaponry rolls of 11. Now, I add 2 because I've got a pip of checked weaponry. I'm also +1 in weaponry because of my hat. So I've made my weaponry roll. My restoration is harder. It's an 11. And I've missed my restoration roll even if I added the pips, so I took 3 more points of damage. I've taken a total of 17 this mission. Should see 18 because I failed my luck roll.
Let's see. A 10, I have to add the +2 to weaponry, which I think I will do. And so I make the weaponry and the restoration. Take 3 points of damage. Okay, got it.
And Conrad, weaponry with restoration, please.
I'm +3 with the weapon. So that's a success, and restoration is also a success. Let me check that on the rest. Yeah, restoration as well.
And
Yes.
John.
Okay. I just want to verify that we walk through the Griffin door. That's
Oh, he's gonna start punning us.
right. And weaponry works.
And weaponry works. What about your restoration roll?
A 20.
Whoa, look at that.
A 20 is a success.
Yes.
And Greg, our last rolls of the
Right. Weaponry. 17 made that, and restoration with my cat's eye gem. I will add a pip to give myself a +2 and make the weaponry or the.
Okay, make the 11. Absolutely. Okay, we are through to the other side, and now starts the dilemma. Well, first of all, we all collect an XP for making it into the Legion quarters. So take a free one for that.
Actually, right back to this.
And when we make it into the Legionary District, we now need to find the Commandant. I don't think I called him a Commandant. What did I call him? The Prefect. So the Prefect of the Legion, we need to report two things to him. One is that Eric was killed and replaced by a Rakshasa. And we also should report the fact that the Legion is taking bribes to let people into the Legionary District. I don't think he would care for either of those. So we have the two things we need to report. We need to report.
Why would we
know
report
that Eric was
the
killed?
bribes?
Why would we report the bribes? You don't
Because
have
we got
to
in with the
report either
bribe.
of them, but you have two reasons to find the prefect. Is
Right,
what
right.
I'm saying.
The Rakshasa
Bribes
one I would
and
see, but
the
we don't want the bribe to not work in the future.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
bribes and the image of, well, you can walk right through the wall. It's not like
Yeah.
you're going to repair it in this decade.
Yeah.
Bribes
I
and
think rather than bribing, I think blackmail will get us through the gift wall in the future.
Well, and the funny thing was that apparently the bribe was not meaningless because we could have walked through the wall at any time.
Right.
And
So,
there was a griffin on the other side waiting to kill us.
Yes, it would be. It's more you're bribing the man not to have him, so that he doesn't kill you with the griffin when you come to the other side. It would be only select people of good character like ourselves, accused murderers, and known thieves.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Governor.
Yes.
If I have to fight the griffin again, I'm going to tell the garrison guy.
No, the griffin was killed. It's laying there dead.
All right. Good.
Come back and visit
Pure
it.
accident. Pure accident. It could happen to anybody.
Take
he got something
pictures.
caught in his gullet.
You can take pictures all you want. When we enter, though, we notice that there is a mind flayer. And the mind flayers are one of two factions that the Overlord uses to both control the city and pit against one another. So the mind flayers are sort of roosting in the Dark Soul area, and the Legion and the Prefect are resting in their district, and they're a huge buffer, you can see, to keep the rest of the city from ever reaching the Chancellery. All by design, obviously. So there's bribes, and there's Eric, and there's a mind flayer. We added a third thing that we could possibly tell the Prefect. Does this Prefect have a name? I believe the Prefect does have a name.
And just to be clear, we're talking about like a monster mind flayer, not like a gang member that they just call themselves the mind flayers.
No, these are creatures that enter other dimensions and suck out people's brains.
Right. Okay. So that's an actual monster mind flayer, not just. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, these are quite scary. And in this game, everything is quite scary, but it's only a few rolls. It's not until you reach it, and then I have a Q&D table. Okay, so the prefect tends to move around the district, and we can move over on our map. We got 10 minutes left, so we'll start this. We won't get very far. And you guys need to be someplace in the district, A to Z. Where would you like to be?
So we're the city map sample over here.
Correct. We're right here with the big oak in the middle. And
Right.
Okay.
it's a generic block that we use over and over again
Yeah.
to both make it easier for me and because the city is so uniform and designed.
Aside from the rat killing from the roof.
You know, you can't occasionally someone's going to take it on the chin. Especially when he's in a dangerous job where giant rats are around.
I like Jay if because he would be at an inn overwatching the courtyard. Is my
all right. So you're going to be at J.
Well, the party's gonna be, yeah.
And let's flip a card for J. So you get to sort of the inn that Conrad describes, and there's a weird statue there. That's actually a good thing. And the card flip for the inn activity is a jack of spades, which actually is a bad thing.
Yeah, this would be the time to use our.
Oh, he's close by. Somebody in the inn says, "Oh my gosh, he's just at I." Surely, if you go out the back, you can reach him pretty effectively. And so
mulligan to make him pull a different card. But anyway.
Yeah, we got a last mulligan. I'll pull a different card for it, Rusty. I stole the mulligan because I thought we were not going to need it. But here, how about a 6 of clubs instead?
That's
six of clubs is going to be that may be a worse one. We're going to meet a sub boss there. Some sort of
can't be worse than a jack.
Well, it's a outside of Winesot. We're going to add a sub boss to that, but it is light magic. It is a durability declines. We go to -3 on durability, and light magic is an added roll we need to make. Plus, we have what the 6 represents, restoration of luck. Plus, what we have with the club represents. Oh, there's going to be lots of rolls here. All right, so we need to make a restoration or luck. Or we have to make a utility roll. I should say, and we have to make a utility roll, and we have to make a light magic roll. So, Conrad, who's going to make the restoration or luck roll?
Let's see. I'll make the luck roll because I have tested my durability on my armor.
Go ahead and make it.
You might have to make the light magic because you're the only one with good light magic.
He can make it twice. He can make 2 rolls. He can make all 3 rolls if he wants.
A failed one on the luck.
Failed roll on luck. Okay, well, that means, John, you have to pick up the slack on the luck roll. Give me a luck roll, please.
All right. I will use my Acolyte Focus hand axe.
Terrific.
Just good luck. And a 20.
That's a card. That was a card, though, right?
Weird statue. Now.
It is a since it is the first roll that you're attempting with an event, it is the weird statue, light magic and durability declines. So you may check that you're an expert with the weird statue. And I'm going to also then, with that roll, John, make you the lore master. I have been the lore master to start with, but you are now going to become the new lore master. Now, what this means is there is actually a block, a lore keeper's rank percent. Would you please roll me a D4, John?
Okay. 3.
A 3. And so you now, on the lore keeper rank percent, it's under the durability test performed. You can, on your character sheet, you can record that you're 3% as a lore maker. So you are looking at the carved warning. Am I doing this the right way? No, I'm sorry. It's not carved warning. You're not the lore keeper. The carved warning is different from the, is it different? Carved warning? Weird statue? Yes, the weird statues are different. The weird statues are not an important thing as the, should I make them both? Because the one card coming up, all right, I'm going to make them both. We're going to go ahead and make the carved warning and the weird statues change the role of lore keeper. John, you have become the lore keeper. Roll me a D8.
A D8.
Yep.
Okay. 5.
A 5. A 5 is you gain the ability to hold mulligan and stop harm past the shuffle for the remainder of the session.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we're going to end the session in 4 minutes, but normally, if a shuffle card came up, it's going to eliminate our stop harms and mulligans. But you would have prevented that as the lore keeper, as your basic idea. Carved Warning and what did I say? Weird statues.
So do I check Carved Warning, or do I need to wait until
you do with the 20? Go ahead and mark the fact that with the weird statue, you will make all your rolls. And looking at what we need to make with the weird statue, we said Conrad needed to make a restoration or a luck roll, and you've made a luck roll. Now, John, you would then take over since you are an expert in weird statues, and you would automatically make your utility and automatically make your light magic. When you make that light magic, you heal a point of damage. You might also just heal a point of damage on yourself.
Yep. It's
not that important since we're going to end the session and start over on next week. But you are become the lore master. Now, that lore master percent is like, it's really small now, but over the course of play in the next 10 weeks, 20 weeks, however long we play this, those numbers could increase to a point where you actually can roll percentile dice and say, I'm the lore master. Can I get a clue here, or can I solve this when all else fails? Gotcha. Now, I'm currently a 4% in lore master. You're a 3%. Between the two of us, we have a small snowball's chance in hell between the two of us of solving these things. But sometimes we can put our heads together and be a 7%. Wow, that's so much more better. But we may get lucky. Now,
it actually is.
The prefect is in I, and we are in J. We have solved the weird statue at J, but we will come back next week and continue to move around the city and look for the try to catch up with the prefect.